Get going, get sharing.
So what's this going on? Facebook, YouTube?
Facebook, not YouTube because I've not got the followers yet to be able to stream live onto YouTube. But it's on Facebook on the official page for here, and
I don't do Facebook, so
not to worry.
I'll get somebody else to tell me if it's interesting.
If you do want to watch them, I can download them from Facebook.
That might depend on what happens in
but
this
yeah,
game.
not to worry. Let me know afterwards. So yeah, we're all set, live streaming. Welcome back. Bienvenue, welcome. Hello. This is the last 16 of the gold knockout here at the Tog24 Lab British Open. Team Seville against Team Nunns. Top seed. So Team Seville are the top seeds. After the qualifying round, it's a great strong first point from Prendergast. And Nunns of Weatherby Petanque Club in the north to point. A bit quick, gone through the back. Much better with that second ball. I imagine they're going to see a shot here from Team Seville. Dave Plumhoff to take the shot. It's got the hit. Nice clean shot there. And Alan Swift to take on this point. That's a great point. We're going to see another shot here from Monsieur Plumhoff. No, just tell him I can pay after. I'll see if James can post the lists, but I can tell you who is in the gold, as I've got that available. But as for the others, I'll see if James can post a list to the Facebook page. But in the other gold matches, if I can see this photo, we've got... no, actually it's the list of silver that I've got. So if you bear with me, I will get the list of who is playing. We've seen another good point there. Dean's going to take on this shot. Just missed. Okay. James, could you post the lists of the gold, silver, bronze to the page? Cheers. So yeah, Tony, James is going to post the lists onto the Facebook page. Another miss from Dean. Sean to play the last ball now against his team from Northern region, from Weatherby Petanque Club. A good defensive ball. Certainly 2 balls to come. Four. Yeah, 2 balls to come from Roger Nunns, left-handed shooter extraordinaire of the Northern region. He's just missed. And good point in. I think it's just taken 2. You in gold? 2 points for the team from the north. 2 points après le premier men. Roger and Sue Nunns and Alan Swift against some of England's top players here, Dean Seville, David Plumhoff and Sean Prendergast. It's a good start from the team for the north, but not so much with the throw of the jack. It's short. It's a good first ball from Sue, and Dave Plumhoff is going to take on this shot. He's got the hit, he's pushed it back, but not cleared it. So Shawnee P going to take on the point and try and come in and force the other team to play. So just rolled through the ball from Sean, and going to need something better with this next ball. So for those of you,
sorry for not mentioning it, line's still dead in all games, even untimed games, just for expediting play, etc. So half a metre from the sides and lines are still dead in all games. Thank you.
So Roger now going to take on the shot from Sean's second ball to the point. It's come up short. I think he might go again, and that they've got a couple more balls. He's got the hit this time, he's got the stay. It's a carrow for 2. 2 points sur le tapis pour l'équipe Weatherby. So for those watching, we've got this game here in the gold, Plumhoff versus Nunns. Game 2 in the gold is Ashby versus Biagioli. Game 3, Blows versus Wills. Game 4, Blyton versus Rowe. Game 5 even, Dakin versus Kingman. Good point from Dean, I think it might have just nicked it. Game 6, Webb versus Gorn. Game 7, Hoey versus Marriott. And Game 8, Charlesworth versus Golliger. That is the draw for the last 16 of the gold. Hi Andy, thanks for joining. Hope your event went well. I think that was yesterday down in Southsea. Hannah and James also, thanks for joining here. It's the last 16. Two balls from Dean sat pretty much next to each other. Might have nudged his ball just on enough to take the point. We're going to see a measure. Just the one ball to come from Team Seville. That's in the hands of Dave Plumhoff. The northern team from Wetherby still holding 2 balls. I think perhaps 3. So he's nicked one of their balls out, but the northern team still holding the point, so yeah, they've got 3 to come. Sue Nunns to play first, and then Alan Swift still bowling 2. 2-0 to the northern team at the moment after the first end. Can they take a bigger lead? That's a possibility. It has just rolled back, but not easy to tell from here. Alan looking to come in to that gap, but unfortunately not getting enough inward spin. No, just the 1 point, we think. And what? So another point for the team from the north, from Wetherby Pétanque Club, which is near York. It's 3-0, 3-0. For the dizzy men.
If you'd just like to check your tickets, with 2 prizes still to claim. Number 433 yellow, number 435 yellow. One of those is a Tog24 top.
It's a decent first ball there from Nunns. Takes a point, is behind. So Shawnee P going to try and do a little bit better. And he skipped through. So better with that second ball from Prendergast. He's taking the point, pretty close to see the jack, which is going to make Roger Nunns take on this shot. He's just come up short, come over the top. His teammate's telling him to lift his arm a bit, level it right. Unlucky there. Got some contact, but not enough. So I'm going to see him close down this game now. See you there, Lajou. So I'll tell you what happened in a moment when I can see. Don't really fancy moving, as probably have to move back again in a moment. So all balls played from the team from Wetherby. Can't quite tell you exactly where they've gone, as did have a bit of obstruction. Wasn't worth me moving, as I knew it would clear up eventually. We can see the head. Sean's ball holding the point just to the right of Jack. Looks like Dean is going to be pointed in, get something else in the head, and maybe we'll think about the shot to clear out that ball to the side. This is the last 16 of the gold. Top seeded team, Dean Seville and Sean Prendergast, David Plumhoff, finishing top of the rankings after 5 qualifiers. Great point from Dean, looks like that's 2 on the ground. So another point now, I think. Going to come in from Dean. So yeah, it's another decent point, but I don't think it's taken anything. Might see a shot from David Plumhoff for 3. And that's exactly what we saw, but it was a miss. Yeah, I have to agree, and it's always difficult to pick out the jack, the bouchon, the cochonnet, the but. Big carrow there from Dave Plumhoff, I think that's 4. Cheers. Is that 4, Dave? Is that 4? Yeah. So yeah, 4 points at end, taking this team into the lead, leading 4-3 now. 4 points pour équipe Seville. Vous avez 4 points pour l'équipe Seville. Decent first point from Sean. And a better one from Sue from the Northern team against Sabrina, Jonathan. So Plumhoff to take on this shot. A nice carrow with his last one. Got the hit, play the ball. Didn't stay, but always difficult when there's a ball not far behind it. It was taking it out cleanly, which is what we set out to do. And you just see the ball just come in there from the other team, just not quite made it. So we're going to see a measure though. Alan Swift thinks it might be there. So we've got calls for the umpire. Can't seem to split these balls. Umpire! So got the way on the terrain furthest away from us on the section that we're on the old converted bowling green here in Firth Park. We're just going to see a measure here from the umpire to see which ball has got the point. Of course, both teams favouring their own, as is always the case, and in this match with huge value, no one willing to give the point to their opponent, but the umpire's here to do his job. That's what he's here for, what he's hired for, and we're going to see a measure. So Ian, on this stretch of terrain, so not sure if you saw my video on YouTube on the This is Petanque channel, where I did a little bit of an introduction to the terrains here, but this is an old converted bowling green, and you've got 4 big squares, each with slightly different terrain types. This one is mostly made of sort of 5mm shale, if you will. Quite thick in parts, which can slow you down if you get the landing spot right, but on this particular section for the show terrain, what we've done is throw down some 20mm stones, called 20mm, but some of them are a little bit bigger than that. Of course, they only have to be 20mm one way to fit through the sieve when they sort the stones. There's some pretty big ones, some not quite the size of a jack, but pretty reasonable sized stones that can really cause you problems. And one of the other terrains, one of the other squares, which is 5 lanes to each. So it was the Northern Bull that had the point, Nunns, and Sean's has maybe pulled off to the side there. We're not sure. We think that might be there. Yeah. So Alan Swift stepping up to point. Exactly, that's right, Ian. We've just made the show terrain a little bit trickier because the other terrains, Pebble Beach, which is a covering of the big stones all over and slightly thinner gravel, is just a bit too far away from the clubhouse to be able to have the show terrain, which is why we've had it here, so we get people walking past and able to see the high quality of our sport in action. So Dean going to take on the point. Dean's team currently leading 4-3 after taking 4 points in the last end. They've been 3-0 down. And again, getting one of those big stones. Splitting up the balls that were sat together, but not changing anything whatsoever. Dean to point in again. Okay. Go on.
Silver.
So Dean moving the jack there into Sean's ball at the back. So 2 points there.
It's because you're playing with Sean. Sean usually gets that sort of.
Yeah, I think any big event like this, Ian, should have a show terrain where the high-profile matches are played. Makes it easier for spectators, organisers, and of course, if you put it on one of the trickier terrains, it makes the games much more exciting. Certainly just my opinion. Sure not everyone would agree. Alan just coming up short there, sitting on Dean's ball. Still think it's 2 for Dean's team. Roger Nunns with 2 to come, and Dave Plumhoff with 1. Yeah, 2 plays 1. Great hit there from Roger. Got the hit, got the stake. Yeah, just pop it down there, mate. My other one's down there. I've still got some in it, so.
Yeah. How you doing?
Got my assistant just bringing me refreshments. So news from the silver draw. Baz Wing, Sylvester Mananassi and JB Lewis won their first game in the silver draw. 13-0 was it? Yeah, 13-0. So you will have to excuse me if you can hear me munching away on my samosas and pakoras. Dave just playing long. Roger with 1 bull to come, and still holding the point. So level on the ground, 1 point. Don't think that's quite made it. Might see a measure. Just 1. So 1 point. Ça fait 4 partout. For all. The northern team from Wetherby Pétanque Club against some of England's elite. Sean, David and Dean. Here in the last 16. 2019 Tog24 La British Open. With the winners going through to the quarterfinals, still in with a chance of winning the grand prize of £1,000. Okay. So good first point there from Sue. Plumhoff taking on the shot. Got the hit, cleared it out. His bull's gone dead. And Shawnee P to try and come in now and switch things back around. Good strong point. Run through a bit, but he's taking it. Another really good point there from Nunns, and it's in line with Sean's last ball. So Plumhoff taking on the shot is going to be hoping to either hit this super square on to flick it over the back ball or hit it on the side to clip it out. It's gone long, missed. So Sean going to point it in again now. Very even game here in this last 16 match. Showing yet again that the north-south divide in ability isn't necessarily as big as everyone thinks. So no timed games here in the gold. The silver and bronze are still timed games in order to expedite play, but the gold matches will play out to a victory. The score is 4-all, Stephen. 4-2. Good ball from Dean, takes the point. I think he was looking for sitting on the cosh, but it hasn't. So nice and open now for Roger to take on this shot, hoping for a nice clean hit. Come up short and gone over. So apologies again if anybody can hear me munching away, but I've not had a chance to stop so far today in order to bring you all this live streaming from the Tog24 the British Open. Another miss there from Roger. So in the other games, we got Ashby trailing 1.26 against Biagioli. Blows leading 7 points to 3 against Team Wills. Team Blyton on 2, trailing to 3 against Team Rope. I'll bring you the rest of the scores in just a moment. Alan Swift taking on the shot and just missed to the side. So one ball to come from this northern team from Wetherby against one ball, I believe, from Dean's team. So Alan pointing his last ball. It's in front, makes it difficult. Will Dean be happy with one and will he play off, or will he try and go for 2? Experienced player like this is he's going to go for the extra point. So Team Dakin trailing 2 points to 3 against Team Kingman. Team Webb leading 8-4 against Team Gorn. Team Hoey and Team Marriott drawn on 6 apiece, and Team Charlesworth trailing Team Gallagher 1-8. So that's the scores on the doors for the rest of the gold draw, and that was 1 point for Team Seville. Leading 5-4. It's a good strong point there from Sean to start off this end. Sat right next to the jack. So we're going to put one in, and it's skipped left, it's skipped right, and it's come into the head, but it's not taken the point. Roger Nunns now to take on this shot. Good length on that, but quite a way wide. Is he going to take this on again? No. Sue's going to point. And he's made it. Alan Swift clacking his balls there to celebrate that great point from Nunns. Dave Plumhoff going to take on this shot and try and clear it away. He's got the hit, hit it clean, pinged it out. Ball's now gone dead, and Plumhoff's has stayed in the vicinity. It was a great point. It was a great shot as well. So Alan Swift now stepping up to try and get something in that. Decent defensive ball in the head, but not taking the point. He's playing again. Right into that ball holding the point. So super point there from Alan Swift. One ball left to come from the Weatherby team, from Roger Nunns, with 3 from Team Seville, Dave Plumhoff, Sean Prendergast, and Team Seville. So 3 balls to come now. Dave going to take on the shot to clear the front ball off the 2. Let's kill the end. But no scores, as both teams still holding ball. So 5-4 to Team Seville, 5-4 pour l'équipe Seville. Le dernier men, c'est annulé. So dead end. So yeah, again, not the most visible of cochonets. It's a light blue and white. It's a little bit like an Argentinian flag, but I'm not sure. Decent point from Sean Prendergast, with Sue Nunn's ball coming up a bit short, so I'm pretty sure she's going to play again. She's done it, played into her other ball, promoted a little bit, but neither are counting, so Alan Swift to point in now. Should be able to see the jack just to the left of Roger's shorts. And Alan's ball going long. But his second one taking the point, sitting just behind the Luchon. Dave Plumhoff to take on the shot. I guess a hit. So Leslie, it's 5-4 to Seville, and Plumhoff and Prendergast against this team of Roger and Sue Nunns and Alan Swift from Wetherby Pétanque Club in the north. Cheeky little point there from Roger, just clipping off the inside of the other ball, and David Plumhoff to take on this shot again. 2 out of 2 this end. It's had a pretty good hit rate in this match so far. So Roger to try and get something with, I think, the last ball for Wetherby, and it's come up short and wide. 3 balls to come now for Team Seville, 2 from Dean, 1 from Sean, and holding the 1 point on the ground. It's 2 with 2 to come. The last 2 balls in this end now to come from Dean Seville. Currently leading 5 points to 4 with 2 on the ground. Still with 2 on the ground even after hitting the opposition ball forward. Certainly looks like it from here. Still 1 more ball to come from Dean. Here at the Tog24 Lab British Open in the last 16 of the gold. One's gone long. Looks like 2 to me. Walter. So for those watching, Walter here, who's just going to give us a wave. One of the oldest players of Petanque in the UK. 89 now, are you? Tomorrow. 89 tomorrow? So 89 years old tomorrow, Walter. Murfield Pétanque superstar pointer. So 2 points. That end, making it 7. Cheers. 7-4. 7-4 pour l'équipe Seville. With a great first point from Sean Prendergast. Great shot there in reply from Roger Nunns. Big carrow, just when it's needed. And David Plumhoff to try and do the same in reply. It's got the hit, it's got the stay. Not quite a spotter, but it's enough to force the opposition to play. And we're going to see Sue Nunns taking on the point.
Come on, this time through.
It's come up short. She's going to go again.
No, that's all right. Are all them teams empty? 3 of them each. They're all empty.
That one moment we ended.
So Alan Swift pointing in there to force David Plumhoff to take on the shot again. Stop. Yeah, Dave gets the hit. Cleared it out. But Sean required now to take the point back. And he's done just that. It's a great point. 2 plays 2. So 2 plays 2. Like Alan's opting to point. A shot and a carrow would switch things around, but he's going for the rester. He's got it. So a super defensive ball there from Alan Swift. Making the shot highly improbable and almost impossible. So Dean Seville going to try and take this back with a point. It's come up well short. That might be good. Certainly a great defensive ball if it's not taking the point. And they're out of ball now with Roger Nunns to play the last ball. So 1 point. Roger taking on the shot, but unfortunately missing. So that's 1 point to Dean, Dave, and Sean, making it 8 for 8-4 pour l'équipe Seville. Ce n'est pas fini. It's not over yet. So 8-4 here in the last 16 game in the Tog24 La British Open in the gold. Yeah, another superb point from Sean Prendergast. The shot is the only move here now from Roger Nunns. Come wide. Distance was okay, but quite a way wide. Going to have to take it on again. There is a chance he could kill the end if he gets a clean hit.
Or cost you his first ball.
And his other ball is still live on these 16-metre long terrains, and he's missed again. That ball has gone dead.
Dave, thought he was going to hit that and cross go to that one. Yeah, that's right. It's a win.
So got some more updates from the other games in the gold as Nunns points ball long. Team Ashby taking a few points back against Team Biaggioli. It's now 3-7. Ashby still trailing. Team Blows taken 1 more point, but the lead they had over Team Wills has narrowed. It's 8-7 to Team Blows. Alan Swift now pointing in. He's nudged the ball, taking it off the jack, but it's still wide open there. And the last ball coming in pretty close. I think we might see a shot here to clear that out and give him some open space. That's it. So Team Brighton 7-4 leading Team Rowe. So turn that around. They were trailing last time we updated on the scores. So Dave shooting the wrong ball there. No balls to come from Team Weatherby, so could have taken on the shot again. But, Sean is pointing in. Going to roll behind, so he might have wanted to shoot before that ball came in, but let's see what happens. Yeah, he's got the hit this time, he's got the stay. It's 2 on the ground. So Team Dakin now eliminated as Team Kingman win 13-2. Team Webb still leading, still on 8 points. Team Gorn having clawed a few points back to 7. And Team Hoey, this game was tied at 6-all last time, now on 7. Team Marriott leading on 10. Dean with a point there, not sure if that is 3. We might see a measure. And finally Team Charlesworth still trailing against Team Gollier, 2 points to 10. Thanks for the updates, Harry.
I think they would.
That's a definite 3 for Team Seville. It's a possible 4.
Showing off one of James' super long ones. When you've got it in your locker, flaunt it.
So it's 4. 4 points. Ça fait 12. It is 4. So 4 points, 4 points for Team Seville, l'équipe Seville. Ça fait 12-4 contre l'équipe Weatherby. L'équipe Nunns from Weatherby.
Nearly, not on the expense of the equipment.
Don't go play on the multi-court where you should be, please. All right. Sorry.
All right. So football coming in from another area of the park there, making things, I certainly could have made things interesting if there was some balls on the terrain, but there wasn't, so no real harm done. Decent first point from Sean. And another great point there from Sunans. Could still be in this game. Even though trailing 2-12, 4 points to 12. It's a big gap. But it was close for a while. Sean's ball just taking a bad kick. Dave's going to take on the shot. Try and clear this holding ball out. Big lead at the moment, 8 points. It's got the hit, it's got the stay. It's 2 on the ground. Not a spotter, but stayed well within the vicinity to give them 2 points on the ground. 2 points sur le tapis. And Sue's ball looked okay, but hit a stone, rolled out, kept going, not counting. So still 2 points on the ground for Seville, Plumhoff and Prendergast. Alan Swift now trying to switch things around, and it is a fantastic point. Sat on the jack, juste à côté de la bouchon, and we're going to see David Plumhoff take on this shot. It's a good hit. It's moved it away from the jack. Two plays 3. Leading by 8. Dean going to have another go. Shoot for the carrow for 3. What do you think, Tim? Two balls in hand for Dean against 3 balls in hand, leading by 8. Should they go for the carrow for 3?
I think you might try and rest it. Kill a ball. If you rest that ball, it's a roll of pain, isn't it?
That's what I was thinking. 1 point or 3 points at this stage makes no difference. It's game on the ground either way, and a resting ball is probably worth more than the 3. It's come up short. He made it difficult for himself now with that short ball. Gonna have to play high if he wants to come past it. But it's also in the line. The holding ball is obviously the opposition, and second and third for Dean, Dave and Sean. 12-4. Yeah, it's right in. Don't need 3. Just need the 1. One good point puts the pressure on just as much as 3. Does look like he's going to take on the shot. And it's missed. So 3 balls to come. 2 from a left-hander. It's only that first ball from Dean that might cause problems for Alan. It's right on his previous line. But Roger is holding 2 and he's a lefty, so it can come the other way. That's 1. That's a really good point there. Puts them on 6 at the moment. With Roger now, the left-handed player, to try and come the other way. It's probably enough. Looks like 3 on the ground. And that's short, but it's 3, 3 points. Pour l'équipe Weatherby. Ça fait 7, 7-12, 7-12. Team of Dean Seville, Sean Prendergast and David Plumhoff still leading, 12-7. C'est pas fini. It's not over. In fact, if anything, it's game on. 12-7. Six points this end, and it's a win for Northern. He's for Northern, though, isn't he? You know, he's. Looked like a decent start there from Sue, but it has just run a little bit long. But it's good until it's not. See what Shawnee P can do. Still in control of this game. Leading by 5, only needing 1. Yeah, it's a great point from Sean Prendergast. Roger Nunns now needing the hit. I'm sure he'd love a carrow. He's come up short there. Gonna have to go again. That is game on the ground. C'est gagné sur la tapis pour l'équipe Seville. Just another miss. Just tickled the bouchon, but not enough. So opting to point now. Perhaps a shot on the bouchon might be a better idea. 3 balls in hand. 2 goes at Tilabou. So yeah, Alan Swift to take on this shot. Thinking he's going for the bouchon. He's got the ball. got the ball, going for the bouchon, but does make Sean play. So it's not over yet, but it's another fantastic point from Sean Prendergast. Loser of the semi-final in the tiered precision earlier on, but will continue in the gold knockout at the Tog24, the British Open. By the looks of things, Alan making the shot, but the Boule and the Cochonnet both travelling. So Nunns, last Boule, has to take on the shot on the Boule. Needs a carrow. Big shot for the northern player. No. Manqué perdu. C'est terminé. It's all over. Finished here, and victory for Dean, Sean and David, and they will continue in the gold into the quarterfinals, still in with a chance of winning the grand prize of £1,000. C'est dommage pour l'équipe Wetherby. It's a shame. The team from Wetherby played well. Northern team into the last 16, and just a shame they couldn't come through that last 16. So, cheers. So just before I go, I'll bring you some updates from the other matches. First up with a little bit of fake news. It was Team Dakin who came out victors over Team Kingman, 13-2, and not the other way around. So now we've got that out of the way. Team Ashby still trailing, 3 points to 8 now against Team Biagioli. Team Blows still in the lead against Team Wills, having picked up a couple more points, now leading 10-8. Team Blyton currently leading 12-4, almost in the bag for Team Blyton against Team Rope. Team Webb just let their lead slip, trailing now by 1 point, 9-10 against Team Gorn. So that's another northern team in action, still in the running. Team Hoey, victors over Team Marriott, 13-7. And Team Charlesworth losing out to Team Gallagher, with Team Gallagher winning 13-2. And the whistle has just gone, which doesn't mean anything for the gold teams, but that is the final whistle for the silver and bronze.
Silver, bronze and consolage, obviously gold continues now, which is...
So any matches continuing in silver, bronze and consolage will now have one more end after the end that they are playing, but gold games are untimed. So we're done here in the last 16 of the gold, and we'll try and bring you a quarter-final match not too long from now. So keep your eyes out, and we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.